Well, peace and quiet. I guess that'll be the last time this place will be seeing any of that for the next couple of days. Can you believe Bug Jam is 18 years old? Bug Jam has come of age and the sun has come back. People are all busy, the traders are ready, the racers are ready, and the track is very near ready. What's happening the other side of the banking? I don't know. I can just assume that there are tens of thousands of people putting up tents, starting barbecues. In fact, yes, I think somebody's burning some sausages already. This is going to be the biggest one ever, and, well, I can't wait. So, let's sit back and relax and see what Bug Jam has to offer. Well, here we are in the pits now, and what a wonderful place it is. Just a couple of years ago, we only had 40 cars in the VW DRC. This year, there are 85 cars registered and turned up and ready to race. What a wonderful sight it is. Cars everywhere, and we're looking forward to seeing them out on the track. It makes me very happy, and I know it's going to make all the spectators very happy too. Okay, we've come up to the pits of Marco and Richie with their two mad cars. Everybody's familiar with Richie's Cabrio, but Marco's car has been through a bit of a transformation of late. So Marco, tell us a little bit about the car to start off with.
Okay, it's a 63 Bug. It's had everything done to it basically. Engine, suspension, brakes, Porsche brakes front and rear, 091 gearbox, water boxer, so I've got a water system in the car, turbocharged, management, basically as much horsepower as I can get out of it. See how it goes.
Okay, now I'll pick out the two crucial parts of this. Well, actually there's three. You've got independent rear suspension with the CV joints and the Porsche bits and pieces. 091 gearbox is basically a camper, a 1970s Volkswagen camper gearbox, and you've got an even later camper engine in there. It's water-cooled. So
that's right.
Let's just pick up on why you went with the camper gearbox and why you went with the water-cooled flat-4 engine.
Okay, basically the 091 box, it's more or less twice as strong ring and pinion-wise to the Type 1. As I found out last year, I broke 3 ring and pinions on the Type 1, so had enough of that and went for the strongest box that Volkswagen made, basically. It's got big output shafts on it as well, so the CVs don't break. It should be really, really strong.
It makes sense, doesn't it? There are a few people have tried them over the years, but you're going out there now and showing the way because there's nobody else running one. And the water-cooled engine, just a quick reason why you went with that.
Okay, I mean, I basically saw that the engine ran cool with all the water in it. So I progressed from there. I took a stock 1.9 water boxer and I turbocharged it just to see the limits of the actual engine. When it was tuned up, basically completely stock, it made 227 brake horsepower and 259 foot-pound of torque. So basically, I kept breaking the ring and pinions rather than the engine. So I basically took that plan, looked at how the engine actually broke down in certain areas. I cracked a couple of piston rings and things like that, reinforced them, and then built the big engine, 2.1, and it should be going really strong.
Okay, so basically you've got a gearbox that can take the power. You've got an engine that is still a flat 4 like all the others, but has got the added cooling benefit so that you can use it on the road as well. And you've got an unbreakable package which you can start putting the power in without worrying about the things that all the other racers worry about.
Hopefully so. I mean, at the end of the day, anything can go wrong, but we try the best.
Marco, thank you very much for your time and the very best of luck on your first ever meeting proper VW DRC racer at last.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Richie Webb, your car has become quite well known in the past couple of years, and you've now had season and a half with VW DRC Racing proper. Tell us what you've done with the car in the last few months.
Okay, well, last year basically we ran a normally aspirated motor with a lot of nitrous on it, but we had lots of problems, broke lots of parts. So this year we thought we'd try something different, try one of the new aluminium cases and turbocharge it. We've had problems at the first couple of meetings where we kept breaking clutches, and at the last meeting I got the clutch to work and we broke the gearbox. So fingers crossed at this meeting everything will come together and we can start progressing from last year and go quicker.
It's a huge turbocharger. You're also running engine management system, so it's modern technology tuning applied to a very old style car. You mentioned the gearbox is a problem. Can you see a point where you go down the same route as Marco and fit a camper gearbox, or are you going to stick with a Type 1 gearbox?
No, we've got plans for later in this year. We'll go with the 002 gearbox, which enables me to keep the gearbox shifter in the tunnel, unlike Marco's car where he's had to put it on top of the tunnel, just to keep the car more stock looking in appearance and more practical for my usage.
Well, the car is all steel. You bought it yourself when you were out in America. I remember this from chats we've had in the past. And up until the start of this season, you'd only really spent about £10,000 on it, but I take it the budget's gone a bit out the window this season with the breakages, unfortunately.
It has, yes, but we still try and work on quite a tight budget, and I still buy a lot of parts through friends I have in the States to save money, get them sent over or bring them over myself when I'm over there on holiday.
That's good news. One last thing I've got to ask you. It is a crowd favourite for one main reason, wheels up in the air. Any plans to get the wheels up, or are you just going for times this weekend?
No, we'll be going for wheels up today and tomorrow, and then try to go for the times on Sunday, actually, in the VWDRC. Just have some fun today and tomorrow. And
Nationals, the car barking hard. Power piling into the top end. 11-1-0, 120.
Now, Russ Fellows, you've been around for quite a while in the VWDRC, and well, you've only really had 2 race cars as I can remember. So,
That's right, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your history within the VWDRC.
Started in '92 was my first year with my other Beetle, which I raced for 1 year and managed to win the championship that year in it. And then the day after we had the presentation at the AGM, someone stole it. So that made us, in the end, we ended up buying this one, which was a one owner from Newcar, from a scrapyard, and started from there.
When you said evolved it, after the last car was stolen, of course you had no parts left over, so it was just your knowledge that came through onto this car, and you had to start again from scratch. Now, you have a very unusual approach to VW tuning, one that I quite like. It's scrapyard tuning.
It is, yes.
And you're a fan of Type 4 engines, so can you just explain how your engines have always been?
It started off as a 1900, and from then on in we just got scrap fuel injection parts and just went on from there, really. If we found a part that we thought would fit, regardless of what it was off, and it was going to work better, we just put that on the car and tried it, and gradually kept doing things like that, really.
So it's a metering head from a Saab, a throttle body from a Volvo, some Volkswagen bits put in there.
Yeah, still got quite a lot of Volkswagen bits on. And the crank and rods and cases all still standard.
OK, well, the big news was that you came out with this new setup and the car's had a fresh paint job. Other people might know it as being the sort of dark metallic purple. I'm colourblind. But it came out this season, and all of a sudden, without even trying, you popped into the 10s. How did that feel after so many years of trying?
It's almost disbelief, really. It seemed to be like, for when we first built this new engine style, we thought it was going to do it. And then we've had 3 years of trouble. And then it finally sort of seemed to come together with the new turbo and management system. It just all seemed to work.
And the best was a 10.60 today, yeah?
10.60 is its best so far, yeah.
Lee Darby, we're standing next to the legend that is the VW funny car, formerly known as Outrage when it ran with an air-cooled engine, and now, of course, running this huge, great big V8 supercharged methanol-burning lump. Why on earth did you buy this car, Lee?
I don't really know. I mean, I like the sound of it, so basically it's a Beetle. What's different?
A Beetle with attitude. Of course, you are no stranger to air-cooled racing. You had a couple of cars before. What's the difference between running with a flat 4 and a standard bug and running something so high maintenance as this?
Mainly the noise. It's totally different from the air-cooled, and it's got a lot more potential to go a lot quicker, in my eyes. And in theory, it's meant to be cheaper.
What is it like when you're in there on the start line coming out of a burnout?
It's nice. I mean, it sounds a lot worse when the body's up. You put the body down, you're in there on your own, and you can do what you want, and you can shut everybody else out and concentrate. And it's a nice feeling.
A lot of people involved with this car, Chunky and the rest of the crew, been around helping you out. And I understand you've got some new sponsors, Cool Air, on board.
Yeah, we got Cool Air come on, Big Bang, we had a chat with them, and they're sponsoring me this season. And see how it goes. Hopefully it'll do them a favour and do me a favour. They're a good bunch of guys.
It's always nice to know. Any plans for the weekend? Is it a suck it and see? Are you trying to hit any certain numbers?
I'm hunting the 7. We're stuck on 8-7 at the moment. We've just put, bought a couple of new blowers from the States, and we've just got one on there now. If we get the right tune in it, in theory, we're in the 7s.
What a lovely sunny day, and what better place to enjoy it than in a Samba. It's a Samba that I know and love. I've been fortunate enough to spend many an evening in this vehicle with this very person here, Mr. Daniel Buzzo from Montpellier, the dodgy end of Bristol. You're here with your lovely bus to go and show people that split screen vans aren't just for camping in. Why on earth did you start doing this, Dan?
I couldn't really think of anything more stupid to do at the time.
Now see, the lovely folks at home, they just won't realise your unusual tint, your sideways glance at life, and how you like to just do things a slightly different way. This started off as a bit of a project. Tell us why.
Well, I like camping in the bus, I like going to the beach, and I've been coming and watching the drag racing for years, and there's something attractive about it, about being a petrol head, but something very, very odd. Why take a 50-year-old car and try and make it go 120 miles an hour? And why do it in the UK, where you camp on gravel in puddles? And I couldn't quite understand why people did it, but I found it attractive. So I wanted to take portraits of them. That's kind of what I do. I do a lot of artwork. And the only way to really do it was to join in and see them rebuilding engines at 3 o'clock in the morning. That kind of stuff, and standing around with styrofoam cups of tea. So I started racing the bus because it was what I got. And it got a little bit out of hand.
Out of hand. I think that's a good way of describing it, because you were the observer, but you're not anymore. You are the thick of it. You're the hub of so many little communities within this community. It kind of took over your life a bit for a while, and the Accidento brand came along. You were selling T-shirts to support the drag racing project, and it was going to be for 1 year, but of course that would have finished last year. Here we are a year later, and you're still doing it, and you're still wanting to go faster.
Yeah, definitely. I've completely lost my life and my soul, and most of my possessions, and I do want to go faster. I've just got to go faster, because it seems such a stupid thing to do. So I've decided I'm going to sell the Samba because it's far too aerodynamic and it's too light, and I need a much heavier race car, and I'm trying to find something with a shower and a toilet in, and try and do power wheelies in it.
From your description, and I remember a discussion we had just last week, it's got to be something big and square and ugly, a Type 25, and if it's going to have a toilet and a shower in it, only a Carmen Gypsy. Do you think you're going to find a Type 25 Carmen Gypsy and put some turbocharged nitrous-eating monster in the back?
No, absolutely not. That would just be stupid.
So, folks, you heard it here first. It's going to be a Type 25 Carmen Gypsy wheeling monster.
From the Blackpool Bait Bug down there in the Book of Fires lane. Now
Hi, we're Chopperdome, mainly an internet-based company, selling beach cruisers, lowriders and choppers. As you can see, everyone's different. They're all out of the box, custom-built bikes. We mainly sell, like I say, over the internet, website there, and that's about it, really.
After a hard day at the pod, and it's been a great one, there's nothing I enjoy more than sitting down in club camping with a few friends. It's absolutely wonderful, and I've even found a rocking chair. Well, I'm here with my friends Zwitter and Carol. Zwitter's a bit of an old sweat, really. He's been coming up here for a while, and Carol has a special secret that we'll find out in a minute. So, Zwitter, a vintage year, the sun's out, the cars on the track have been fantastic. How are you doing, and how's your day been?
It's been fantastic. You know, I've seen a jet-powered Beetle run, which is something I didn't think I'd see. The weather's fine. We're getting paid back for all the weather we didn't get a big bang, and all the racing we didn't get a big bang. And the place is full already, and it's only Friday evening, so it's going to be a big one.
Absolute perfection. I suppose we should say at this point, of course, you seeing a jet-powered Beetle is good news because you are a big jet fan. In fact, you're one of the unofficial Santa Pod historians.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do gather bits of info, mainly about the wartime history of the pod, which doesn't really involve jet engines much, but I was researching the history of the place with a view to doing a book on what happened during the war, and I turned up here at Big Bang, and in the pod shop there was a book about what happened here during the war, so saved me a bit of work.
During the war, lots of things happened that lots of people remembered, and you've missed out on it. So, any plans for the weekend, mate?
Basically to sit here and watch everyone drive past, and then as soon as I hear you screaming, I run over and watch the race cars.
Sounds like a good plan, mate. And, oh no, we'll come to that in a little while. The second surprise secret. Carol!
Hello.
You are a piece of Bug Jam history. You are a former Miss Bug Jam.
Yes. 1994.
1994, 10 years ago, and you haven't aged a day.
Of course not. Shut up.
So, I know you've got a bay window, but I see the boyfriend's split-screen van just parked up here. What's happened with the bay?
I've sold it to a lovely lady that's just next door, Donna. She's going to be restoring him, and I've upgraded to a split-screen camper.
2 splits in one family, and when I say one family, of course, congratulations, because he's going to make an honest woman of you.
He is, thank you. Yes, in 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks tomorrow.
And I'll have to dig out the map and remember whereabouts it is. Thank you for the invite, by the way. So, your plans for this year?
Take it easy, chill out, have a good time watching racing, and say hello to a few people.
Well, to me, that sounds like the perfect advice and the best way to spend what is going to be the best ever Bug Jam. I'll tell you what, how embarrassing. Somebody's moved the start.
Stopped, and now it won't start. So I think it's the starter motor solenoid's probably a bit sticky because it's all a bit hot and everything.
Oh,
so.
right, yeah.
Oh, there's a gentleman. Hello, sir.
Boss, you all right?
I'm fine. You and your crew seem to be heading somewhere. Where are you off?
We're heading over towards the fair. To have 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes on the fair. What, to lose your change on some of the big ones?
Some beer. Some alcohol, because I've only got water. Look, it says here. Spring still water.
It does look, it's still water, but can we just smell that, just to be on the safe side? Because
it's not very clever water. It's a bit iffy. It's got
it's got a bit of a vodka tang to it.
It's because it's a little bit off. That's all. We've had it not in the. We've had it in the sunshine. It's got a little bit off.
Have a bit of the sunshine, a bit yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, have fun. Have a good night. Cheers. Bye.
What do you mean the scary thing?
Okay, as you can probably see, we are in the Cheshire area, and we have reports of a sleeping Matthew Edwards. So I think we ought to do something about it. It's early o'clock. Let's go get him. Here we have a lesser spotted Matthew Sleepicus Edicus. He's definitely asleep. We have a live one, folks. Are we ready? I think the only way to deal with this situation is to grab hold of the trousers and give it a good pull. Matt Edwards, you are live on Bug Jam video. How are you doing, mate?
I was all right until a minute ago, mate.
Yeah? Why is that, mate? What's up?
You woke me up.
No chance. So you've had an afternoon in the sun with a few cans of beer, and you crashed out at silly o'clock, sir.
You can't do that to me.
Why is that? We got.
There's a killer.
Oh, for dump. Were you having one of those dreams?
Yeah, just about.
Matt, come on, up you get, mate. Come on. Right, you are a large part of the Diva Dubs crew.
Yes.
Lovely show that happens in June.
Yes.
You have to work so hard to do a show. You come along to a show to relax, and you just fall asleep and miss out on everybody else's hard work.
Not at all. No, my missus was under deep instructions to wake me up as soon as we were heading over there to see what's happening.
Okay, fair enough. So, your Bug Jam experience so far, aside of being rudely awakened.
Yes. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love Bug Jam. I was out sitting on the bank watching the racing, drinking beer, relaxing.
I would never have guessed.
No, but that's what we do, so it's good. It's all good.
So you and the rest of the Cheshire bunch having a top Bug Jam, yeah?
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
All right, we'll head on over to a man who is known as Red Dwarf on the Volkszone forums. By the way, we are now in the Volkszone camping area. So, Mr. Red Dwarf, How long have you been coming to Bug Jam?
Oh, I've been coming to Bug Jam now for about 5 years, maybe, easily, yeah. Followed the V-dub scene for many years before that. Come to Big Bang quite often, so yeah, come up here as many times as we can, every year.
It is a pleasant way of life. What car do you drive yourself?
I've got a 65 Type 1 that's been converted via a Wizard conversion. It's going under, shall we say, a bit of a restoration and modification at the moment. But it's one of about 7.5 cars I own, so yeah.
Oh dear, you've not fallen prey to that nasty disease that is buying one Volkswagen, okay, buy 2 Volkswagens, and all of a sudden you've got as many as yours or your friends' drives can cope with.
That's correct, they tend to breed. And unfortunately, sort of when you end up taking out your mum's drive, your mum's garage, your sister's back garden, 3 cars on your own drive, 1 in the garage, 1 in another lock-up, plus your own car on the main road, it gets a little bit sort of awkward to juggle them, really, but yeah, we've got a few of them.
Well, I'm just looking over your shoulder and I can see a C registration car, so I presume that is the Wizard in question.
My Wizard is sitting right over there. She's nice and happy, yeah. She's not looking too bad. A little bit sad on the back end, but the front's coming on, yeah.
I'd say it can be a full-time job keeping these things together, but do you use it daily, that one?
Unfortunately, not anymore, because I've had to do a little bit of a job change. So I'm doing a 150-mile round trip every day to work, which isn't nice.
In your ideal world, what would you do on a day-to-day basis?
My ideal world, my ideal job would be actually a custom car workshop, basically, and that's what I'm aiming for at the moment. So, yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Sit there and build my own cars and build cars for other people.
Forget that bit. I speak from personal experience. You get to do other people's cars, your cars. You'll end up with 15 cars and you won't ever get a chance to work on them.
Yeah, that can be a little bit of a sidetrack, but keep the aims going, you'll be right, yeah.
Too damn right. Well, Red Dwarf, thank you very much for your time. I hope you and the rest of the Southern Sheds have a very pleasant Bug Jam.
Lovely, thank you very much. Good to be here.
Well, if I could just quote somebody, don't mind her, she's pregnant. Welcome to PC World. Honestly, you've just insulted the young lady who's obviously of a certain condition there. Is it your other half?
It's my wife, yes, we're married in March, and I just want to make sure that she's in tip-top shape when our little one arrives.
How somebody can turn around what they just said to such a lovely, humble statement, I don't know. But
evil the next.
Okay, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Okay, well, always nice to know. So, we're sat here. There's noisy stuff going off over the other side. Yes. Your aim is to sit here and chill all night or head on over there?
Yeah, I don't think we'll get involved over there tonight. We're going to wait for the chavs to do their thing and then we'll... Don't laugh. We were discussing this all the way down and we come to Bug Jam as well. It's the second time we've been. We went to Run to the Sun last year and we're just noticing that Volkswagens are diminishing. So we're going to stay over here, promote Volkswagens a bit more and then get involved when we're in the mood.
In other words, you spent the last hour trying to light the barbecue and then Jane had to do it.
Yeah.
Now see the truth will always out if you hang around long enough.
Get my body been a wonderful audience tonight. It's been our pleasure being invited by you to be here. Thank you.
It probably sounds crass to say that I'm honoured and privileged, but I am sat here with somebody who entertained me as a younger person and has entertained me tonight in a big way along with a few thousand other people out there. Buster, what's it like to play Bug Jam?
Very exciting. First time we've ever played it, and the crowd seemed to be right up from us from the word go, so I know it was going to be a good night.
It's nice to know, nice to know. Do you know much about the event, or was it just a gig, or did you do research?
Tried to force herself upon me and tell me about it, so I have had quite a bit of battering on the years, and it's been going 17 years, although one of the years was a complete disaster and was completely wiped out. And it goes on, doesn't it?
Anyway, they come along, they love to party. People have equated Bug Jam with other big festivals. Yeah. Basically because the crowds here, they're just so chilled out and they take to everything.
Like that. Yeah, very mixed crowds, yeah, I noticed all sorts of ages, all sorts of genders, certainly all sorts of things going on in that crowd, so I was quite impressed with what was there.
We've had people wandering out of the rock and indie tent that was next door to you. We've had people wandering out of the dance tent next door to you, and you've hooked them. I was there, I was watching. It was just brilliant to see.
Well, it's a good thing to do, isn't it? It's always good if you can cross over and get a few more people in.
If you don't mind me saying, sir, there's not so much of you these days.
Shrinking a bit, right, yeah. Well, I just had an operation about 3 months ago, which they took 2/3 of my stomach out, and it's now made it virtually impossible to eat, so I've turned into a bulimic, and every time I eat something I'm just sick, so it's pretty weird at the moment. It's mucking about with my brain a little, but I'll get over it.
But that must make it so much more difficult to go out there. I mean, the folks wouldn't have known.
Yeah, loads of hunger pains at the moment. But my weight is coming down, and it's good for me, really, to get more life out of this body of mine.
So you never really retired as such, but you do seem to be doing more and more at the moment. Is it something that's nice at your stage in your life?
I've always done the same amount. We're just always touring, we're always playing in various countries, we're always coming up with really stupid ideas, we're always making music, we're always writing, we're always recording, we're always filming. We do everything all the time, you know, as much as, you know, people say, oh, it's all finished for you, you know, it must have ended years ago. We've gone the whole way, right around the world, many times, and still people love us.
Entertainment in whatever form it comes.
Yeah, for sure. I just think that, you know, I enjoy doing what I do, and I know the crowd sort of respond to it in such a good way that, you know, we know that we're sort of destined for the live world.
So, plans for tonight? Are you going to be hanging around for a while, or are you dog-tired and off to the hotel?
No, we're driving back to London tonight. You know, we are road warriors. We just carry on in our Mercedes bus.
It's a bus. We don't care. Buster, thank you very much for your time. Sorry to grab you after such a mental set.
I hope everyone really enjoyed themselves. I certainly did. Great being here.
Thank you again. Well, with that, for me, it's time for bed.
Yo. It's about a worldwide thing. It's about a praising culture around the world. Desi, take it away.
round of applause for Liam, ladies and gentlemen. He's been trying that all my week, so well done. His name is Danny. Yeah! This dude's name is Finchie. He's new on the team, but he's just started laying down a few bits and pieces. 100 double take, yeah! As well as some Hofer too. Yeah! Judging is a legend. Yeah! He's going to 5 feet.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lipton Iced Tea at the Bug Jam. There's an in there. Brave enough out there to try a little bit of waxing. Don't knock it until you've tried it. The armpits are going.
Well, all the crowds are chilling out. Now it gets a bit frantic for a few minutes. These are the Supermodders. Supermod is a class made up of cars that are basically door slammers, and some of the cars are former Pro Mod cars that are down detuned a little. And other cars are from the other ET classes at Santa Pod that have now upped up on the power. Some of the cars capable of heading down towards the very low 7-second zone. And all of them equipped with parachutes. So nitrous oxide and big capacity V8 engines are the order of the day with these cars. This is their first practice session. They will be running under license on Sunday. Some of my favourite cars out here. Rob Smallworth there in the Chevy, a car that he built in his own garage. And of course the VWDRC need their practice sessions too. Basically what's happened is we've been running Run What You Brung right through the day, and the track has been swept and prepped. That's using the amazing sled on the back of the tractor, very high-tech bit of kit for this year, where it drags old slicks down, puts lots of rubber down on the track, and then finally we've had a good layer of glue sprayed down on the full length of the track, and a lot of our VWs certainly need that. A lot of lightweight cars out there. We've just seen Jason and Justin Aldred with their off-road VWs. Justin there in his Fugitive in the right-hand lane, a very, very lightweight bit of kit. And this, of course, is Russ Fellows. He drove to the event in this car, put a set of slicks on there, and off he goes, wheeling his way up to another 10-second run. Rob Bowler all the way from Blackpool in the left-hand lane. He has got a new turbo set up on that car. Well, I say new, it's a couple of years old now, but finally everything coming together for him this weekend. Well, one of the guest cars along this weekend is Stuart Meads in the Mini. That runs with an American Escort. It's basically a 1900cc turbocharged Ford engine in the back of the Mini. Oh, my good friend Kevo Metcalf down there in his ultra-budget car, the Golf Trolley 2 in the left-hand lane. You may remember a buggy painted very similarly about 4 years ago. And this is a spare car. Spare car for the rest of the crew, just in case any of his mates break their race cars. I can jump into that one. A very, very special guest this weekend, John Sleeth. He normally runs in a Custom Car Street Eliminator series, and that is where all the cars are street legal. He's racing in the VW DLC this weekend. It's an Audi car, so that comes under the VW DLC's remit of anything that's VW or Audi based, but running a big V8 supercharger nitrous oxide. Here's the man we saw earlier, Lee Darby. He's got that new supercharger, so a new tune-up in the tarmac teaser. Oh, having problems there. What a shame. Well, if you're wondering where the driver is, he actually sits with his helmet almost up against what would be the rear window on that fiberglass funny car, so not much sign of him inside the car. Well, it had to happen. My hair's falling out. I was offered the chance to help out the Macmillan Cancer Trust, the local branch to Northampton. A lot of the staff and crew like to assist that cause, and they asked if they could shave my head, so I could hardly resist.
Hardcore, you know the score.
And there's a job of work to do. We can't hold up. Well, these are the Young Brothers. That's their surname, by the way, from Hungerford. They're from the Hungerford Volkswagen Owners Club. And this is a milk float-powered Beetle. Can you believe it? There's a 1960s Morris electric motor bolted onto the gearbox in the back of that car.
Oh, he's bobbing around at the back end. I hope that's not the engine mountings failing. He's going good.
And a real crowd favourite. Part of the lunchtime demonstration vehicles. That is Terry Grant in his quarter-scale midget racer. Well, up in the air, Mr. Derry came along to entertain us. Actually a legend, and it's powered by a Yamaha motorcycle engine. The Blue Max jet-powered road-legal Beetle. It was before they put the jet engine in there anyway. Still got a tax disc on there. Frantic thrash to finish it in the last 3 weeks before Bug Jam, and just testing and tuning today. We can see a little bit of fluid underneath the back end. Time to shut down.
another one of our guest racers along, Gordon Appleton, a real legend amongst the Pro Mod fraternity. The wheel game back car out for the first time in a long time after a major freshen up. Wow, runs through with a 670, 210 miles an hour, and twin pink parachutes. Lovely. Well, everyone's favourite, Fire Force 1. Tony Baker at the wheel. And for once, just about everybody's listened to the warnings. Just one brave nutter with a camera in the stand, getting blown away with all that smoke.
We are Johnny Panic and this be Winona. She's sweating for silver. The bacon isn't easy. So there's unemployment, but really took her away. So we know it. Give it some company. She's 20 for silver. The bacon isn't easy. So there's unemployment, but really took her away. Give it some company. No, it's gonna get so hard. Oh, Taylor, it's not everything is hard. No, you keep me company. Stop moving for you, baby. Will I visit? Probably, baby, I will. I'll sabotage any jury. It should not be necessary. Since you're in a life job, baby, you must be fucking insane. Oh, no, you better stop company.
Cut me loose, let me through as I rehabilitate the vibe. Jumping in so deep, started off with a swan dive.
Hi, I'm Ivan McCutcheon. I'm the editor of Volkswagen magazine. We're judging the show and shine here today at Bug Jam. Basically what we're looking for is quality in every area. Some great cars here, as you will have seen. The presentation's at 1 o'clock, and hopefully all the best cars will win. We're not judges with grudges. We're trying to just pick out the best cars, and that's it.
Bought the car about 6-7 years ago. Bought it at Bug Jam actually. Over the years, it's turning into its own little style, based on an actual photograph of an old 60s stock car in the States, which had exactly the same writing on the side, Holly Farms Poultry. And myself and my partner Vanessa, we've kind of put the idea together really, and it's just slowly evolving. Still a standard 1600 engine. The next thing is to make it kind of go as fast as it looks like it goes.
We are Robert and Tracy Maxwell, and this is our 1973 Wizard Roadster that we've had about 11 years.
11 years, yeah.
11 years. Took a couple of years to do all up.
We showed her last time in 97, Bug Jam. Since then she's been garaged.
Been garaged for the last 5 years.
So dragged her out and tidied her up and brought us to the show.
Good fun driving here.
First maiden voyage since 6 years getting here.
We
Yeah.
weren't sure if we were going to make it, but we did, so that was good.
Hi there, name's Andy Quarterman. This is my 1965 Type 3 notchback saloon, 1500S. Pretty much original. This has been lowered. Porsche Fuchs alloys, all detailed, and interior's been redone in grey velour, and obviously it's been slammed. A few nice accessories on.
I'm Stuart Baz. It's 1966 Type 2 split screen van. Colours Elfenbein white and Mojave beige. We restored it ourselves. And we try to keep it as winning as possible.
Okay, hi, I'm Phil from ProSign. Basically, this is a 66. It's an ex-fire truck. We got it from Germany about 2 years ago. Fully bare metalled. I put about 750 hours into it. Neil put over 1,500 hours, and Neil's wife Mandy put roughly the same as me, about 750 hours. It's got a full-on candy roof. It's got a narrow beam with tubbed arches just to get it really, really nice and low to the ground. With the sign writing, it's not really as expensive as people think. If you come to us just like with a good idea, a nice simple idea that you just maybe don't know how to get on, say like a canvas, which obviously would be the bus, just, come along and sort of discuss a few ideas and stuff, and then we can we can put it down. And don't be afraid of the money thing. Everyone automatically assumes that the money's sort of like going to be way out of their budget. Not necessarily.
My name's Jeff Skinner. This is my new Beetle. She's a 99 left-hand drive. Basically, she's been highly modified to the point of there probably isn't a standard panel on the car. Start with the front end. It's a V5 front bumper from Germany that had this indicators in the side here. We've taken them out, smoothed it off, put them in the front of the grille. We have a transporter bonnet vent onto the bonnet. Engine cover was basically smooth and just colour coded. Obviously an air filter and a few other little chrome bits under the bonnet. Side repeaters used to be here, been taken out and replaced there. We have the V5 side skirts. Go to the back. Oh, sorry, go to the side. Door handles been removed. Now we come to the back. Tailgate been debadged. The rear bumper, number plate recess has been moved, taken out of the top and put into the bottom. Lexus style rear lights. The wheels, Epic Stings, they're from Florida. They're 18s with 35 profile tyres. They're not made for this car. They were for American Honda.
Ben Lewis, you won Best in Show at Buckjam 2004. Well done. Well done. Come on.
I'm on stage at Santa Pod at Bug Jam. Yes, drawing prizes. And I can tell you, chap, yes, shut up a second. Let me tell you something. You have won the surfboard. Yes, you have. No, I'm not joking. Hang on, listen to this. Will you all shout something? Go 1, 2, 3! There you go. That's for you, you lucky. This guy's going ape shit. He's going. I think he's crying. Oh my God! Mr. Sutton, that's you. Then you're there. Mr. Morton, John, you're just there. 3. Give me 10. Oh my God! Look, it's all doing. They're all getting turned. When I say go, you need to run over to that National White and Maguire's ground, round it, and then back to the red line. Go! And with the bare feet and the incredibly unfeasibly tight shorts. Okay, we have a winner and he romps home absolutely with ease. He's getting totally so good, golly. Yeah. Oh! Do be careful. It's right on the edge of the stage there. Pole. That's it. Oh my God. Do be careful, for God's sakes, it's not fit for that kind of behaviour, dude. Don't fall off the stage, please. What a thong. Taking 200 English pounds home is this complete mad bastard known as Jamie Oliver! Woo! Triumphantly flinging his pancake out into the crowd. Guys, this is where the audience is. This is show business after all, darlings. This way, girls. Here we are. For God's sakes, mind the surface, it's bloody slippery, it's all covered in. Alright. No, not down a count. 1, 2, 3! Woo! What a pretty bra. Iron up the shirt there, la 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 la. There you go, the shirt's on. SpongeBob's getting all excited because he's getting to go to bed with this young lady here. Plus you can see her bum. Okay, go. Get down to your ankles and put that pinafore on. Whoosh. Straight, no mucking about. Oh my God, what lovely lingerie. Is she beautiful? Oh my word. La 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 la. Don't forget, DJ, when it reaches 20 seconds, press the button. Go, girl. That's it. Oh, a pretty bra. It's so colourful like a candy cane. Does it taste as strong? 20 seconds of dancing on the pole. 20 seconds dancing. Go on, he's touched the pole once, darling. Just for it. Nothing flat. This girl means it. Get that pinafore on with you. Anything except white bits on the thong. Nice shirt for the man, please. Oh, that's it. Quick, iron that shirt. Extreme ironing. It's alright, make the bed. Just sort of fling the covers on it somehow and get in there with Uncle Bob. Woo, she's in bed. 1, 2, 3! Okay, girl. She's down to the white brass straight away. The pin is going on. Oh, don't worry. She's got to turn around at some point. She wants SpongeBob to dance with her on the pole. Be careful now. 20 seconds dancing with SpongeBob. Just touch the... How long goes the pinafore? She can't take off the skirt because she's got no knickers otherwise. See, look. Poor love. But she's going for it just to prove it. Okay. 53 seconds and 26. 100% the winner. The winner at this point is... Oh my God! Tori Miller! Whoa. Hello, Tori. So you've just won Miss Bug Jam 2004. How do you feel?
Great. Really good.
I mean, when you came today, had you any idea that some idiot in a hat was going to come up and nag you and you were going to kind of get half naked and get sprayed and win a prize of 200 quid?
No, actually, I kind of volunteered myself. You didn't even come and harass me. I needed the money.
Oh, brilliant, because I mean, I came and nagged practically every person in the crowd and all being, oh, no, I don't want to do that, but you went for it. So what will actually the 200 quid make much difference to your world?
Yeah, it will definitely. It means I don't have to work next week and I can go to Brighton for a friend's birthday.
Oh, that's really nice. Bug Jam in full effect. A righteous show with breasts. Well, you can see the dark clouds gathering. It's been a tortuous day. The weather has now turned against us just at the most important time. VW DRC eliminations have been severely affected by rain, and it's getting rather late in the afternoon. Well, VW Pro, that's Neil Davis in the head straight car in the Pucker Pies lane, and Tim Moores in the HSL buggy running with a very underpowered engine, just staging for points this weekend. And Neil safely through that round, but was that something strange with the engine? Next up, Richie Webb, and he's against young Nigel Green in his 1303, so it's Road Legal Cabriolet playing chase up against the dedicated race car. And it's Richie Webb who takes the win. Steve Roberts in the Road Legal Polo. He's up against Jason Aldred in that mad wheeling buggy, still wheeling as he pops through the gears. And it's Jason who takes the win through to the next round. Well, Supermod, Simon Farmer in the big orange car. It's a Nova, but not like we're used to in the British climate. Well, he takes the win as well at 159 miles an hour. Now the Gleeson & Wright car has been in Pro Mod and has had many previous race wins. Andy Kirk in the Ratfin Camaro. And in the Oldsmobile, taking the win, it's Kev Perkins, 774. Well, Joe Williams racing Jim Marone's old car there in the right-hand lane. It's a Subaru Power alternate engine car. And Ian Sewell with the nitrous oxide turned on, looking to chase him down. It's going to be quite close at the top end. And he does it right on the line. Well, problems all weekend for the Tarmac Teaser car. Will it all come together for Mr. Derby this time? Wayne Allman in the Funky Phantom from the Intergalactic Custom Shop there in the left-hand lane. It's V8 versus V8, and oh, what a shame. They still can't get that car right, but Wayne's going to be happy making through. Well, Mr. Bridge there in the Plan B buggy in the left-hand lane. He's up against young Cox there from Bicester in the green Panic Attack buggy. It's called Plan B because Plan A was to have a VW powered dragster with a canoe for bodywork, can you believe? Well, Accidento's other bus, the bay window, Ollie Dyer. Oh no, red light on the line. So Ian Dale, who normally races in VW Pro, broke his big engines, got his small engine and dropped down into VW Sportsman, got a safe run through to the semis.
will be kicking himself, so no accidentos through to the next round.
Well, Adele Atherton down there in her Carmen gear. Had a number of race cars over the years. She's up against Stuart Hines. He is the reigning champion in Sportsman. Always runs like clockwork, and Adele got a pretty bad start there. Well, it's close at the top end, and Adele takes the win. Look at that, a 16.21 on a 16.20 dial-in. Russ Fellows in the silver daily driven bug, up against Jason Aldred in the buggy. Well, he catches him mid-track, and in fact, it looks like Russell's backing off a little. He knows he's got it in the bag. Wow, must have been mechanical problems there for the buggy. Right, we're through to alternate engine. There's the Funky Phantom. There is that mad Corrado of young Spencer Tram. Look at that thing leave the start line. Well, it's a big catch-up job he's got to do, but he's catching up with him right where he should. And at the top end, 9.34 on a 9.25 dial, and he's through again.
Phoning him about joining in. Ian Sewell has
Well, Ian Sewell has an aerodynamic number plate there. As soon as he's up to speed, it tucks up under the valance. Paul Cox up against Adele Atherton. Adele having a lucky day. She was really lucky after fluffing the start line in her last round. Well, she's slowly catching the buggy. It's going to be a tight one. Oh no, look at that. He's broken out by 0.02 of a second. Poor old Paul. Never mind, better luck next time. Well, breakage. And so Simon is going to take it nice and steady. No opponent for him. Well, big nitrous burp on the other lane. That leaves Kev to solo through. Something falling off the back of the car there as well. Well, out with the chutes. He's a happy man. That was an easy run for him. Well, it's very late in the afternoon. You might wonder where the crowds are gone, but we are up to 8 o'clock in the evening now, folks. It's only the hardcore who stayed to the end. Neil Davies has borrowed an engine, can you believe, to get through this far. And Russ Fellows catching him at the top end, and look at that, a 10.56 on a 10.55 dial-in. Sportsman, it's Adele, it's Ian, it's late. Well, Ian still seems to be out in head here. Can Adele catch him? I don't think she can. Wow, look at that. It's another breakout in the left-hand lane. Well, the crowd that are left are all quite happy and vocal. Unbelievably consistent. That's what Spencer Tram in the Quantum Leap is. A huge weight on the start line. Ian Sewell's almost at the half track before he gets the green light. Powering down, drawing level with him at three-quarter track, just overtaking him in the right place to win with a 9.32 on a 9.25 dial-in. So Simon Farmer, who had that bye due to breakage in the last round, up against Kev Perkins in the Oldsmobile Cutlass. Wow, that's a big catch-up job there. He's no way going to catch him. Looks like Simon's going to take the win.
Well, Simon Farmer runs through with an 8.43. He was not the...
So there we have it then, Bug Jam, all wrapped up. We'll leave you with a few memories from right throughout a mad weekend. We had amazing weather on Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday it got cold, it got rainy and wet. But it was a good one. Bug Jam came of age, and we all had a party.
Let's do it again. Sometimes I wish you were on my brown girls like butter. Melting into what is truly your love. By that I mean the fun fair,